The third episode of Loki was accurately titled Lamentis, as it gave us a tour of Lamentis 1. Apparently, the catastrophe on this moon was going to be the biggest apocalypse, as the entire planet Lamentis would crash onto it. But besides the tour of the planet, the shortest episode of the series made a few important revelations. We had fun with Loki dancing and singing for us. Lady Loki, aka Sylvie, bonded with our Loki. And we saw him fall yet again. Roll the clip.
I have been falling for 30 minutes!
The entire episode probably had some of the best cinematography in the show so far. Along with all this greatness, we got some key revelations about the story and the characters. But before we get to the list of all the reveals, it would be nice if you guys would hit the subscribe button and do press the notification bell so you don't miss out on our future videos. Okay, now let's look at what we learned from the new episode of Loki. First up, we have Loki's sexuality. Loki wished us a happy Pride Month as he confirmed his sexuality within the MCU. Marvel never really gave us affirmations for Loki's romantic preferences, as he was always a supporting character in all his films. But now that the show is focusing on him, Marvel has revealed that he's bisexual. Sylvie asked him whether there was some would-be princess or a prince, and Loki replied,
"A bit of both. I suspect the same as you."
Loki also said that he suspects the same about Sylvie, so I guess she's bi as well.
Love is mischief, then.
But a lot of fans have been happy after hearing Loki say this. Even director Kate Herron stated that it was very important for her to acknowledge that Loki was bisexual. And if you look at the lightning on Lamentis, it is also a mix of pink, purple and blue, which are the colors of a bisexual pride flag. So that's another great detail added by Herron and her company. Loki's powers. Loki used quite a few of his powers in this episode. We obviously saw him hide his knives and the temp pad with magic. He transformed into another individual and even used an illusion to change his outfit. He made little fireworks in the palm of his hand.
Oops.
And I also think that he made Sylvie look at the illusion of a broken temp pad. He could still be hiding the real temp pad with him. While he was fighting Sylvie, he transported from one place to another. Or at least it looked like transportation, but he may have just lured Sylvie into an illusion and then emerged from behind. It's probably the same trick that he pulled on Phil Coulson before killing him. I'll let you guys decide whether it was transportation or not. But we actually saw him use some other new powers that we have never seen in the MCU. While fighting one of the guards on the train, he used a mystical green energy blast. But there was one particular move which really stunned me. Towards the end, a pillar was about to fall on Loki and Sylvie, but Loki handled that. Did he actually reverse time on this pillar? The TVA time twister devices work with collars and they transport an individual back in time, but somehow Loki actually reversed time over here. And I don't believe that he always had this power. It is quite possible that he stole one of the time stones from the TVA. We have seen something like this when Doctor Strange and Thanos reversed time. But we didn't see a time stone glow or Loki using a similar spell. So how did he do this? I've got so many questions about this. Maybe he did use the same spell as Doctor Strange, but he masked the green time stone energy with an illusion. So let's see. Sylvie Laufey daughter. The second episode of Loki hid this identity detail of Sylvie in plain sight. When Loki sat down to read Sylvie's file, it actually had the name Sylvie Laufey daughter written on it. It showed up in a blink and you'll miss it moment. But still, everyone who thought that she was a version of Enchantress was proven wrong instantly. It is possible that since she learned the mystic arts herself, she could be a mix of Enchantress and Lady Loki in the MCU. She revealed that she was Loki in the past, but she took up Sylvie as an alias a long time ago. It seemed that her mother died millennia ago when she was young, and she probably wasn't a princess either. She was told about her adoption long ago, and I'd love to hear more about her backstory. The episode also showed us how she was different from Loki. Apparently, she likes to have a broad plan in motion and she's more violent as compared to variant L1130. And she's superior to Loki in hand-to-hand combat. Now let's talk about her goals.
How do I find the elevators?
She revealed that Loki intervened on her plan which took years to execute. Loki asked her if her plan was to tear the TVA down, create the ultimate power vacuum of destruction and just walk away. And Sylvie simply replied, yep. Apparently, she wants the TVA and the Timekeepers gone because she has been running from them for years and years. But she also wants to live her life according to her own will. She doesn't want the Timekeepers to shape her destiny. That's why she and probably even Loki would take them on and ultimately lead us into the multiverse of madness. How enchantment works. Sylvie proved that she can release a great amount of mystical energy when she screamed. It could be way more than what Loki is capable of. Because Sylvie did not grow up as a princess on Asgard, she had to learn her magic herself. So she probably doesn't possess Loki's mystical abilities like creating illusions and duplication casting, but she did teach herself the enchantment trick that allowed her to possess others. Apparently, she has to make physical contact with her victim, and that allows her to grab hold of their minds. She establishes a presence in their cerebral matrices and controls their actions while keeping them involved in a fantasy from their memories. That's how she salvaged information from Hunter C-20. The TVA agents are variants.
Go for it.
Sylvie revealed the TVA members are all variants. They're brought into the TVA from planets like Earth and their minds are wiped. In the beginning of the episode, Sylvie told C-20 how brain freezes literally cause our memories to freeze in a place. So the TVA or the timekeepers probably use this idea to literally freeze their memories in one place. They give all these variant agents a false sense of reality. They were told that the timekeepers were created for one purpose, and that is to serve time and protect the sacred timeline. But in reality, they all believe and serve the multiverse's biggest lie. Apparently, Hunter C-20 had worked in the TVA for hundreds of years after she was taken in as a variant. So almost all the TVA agents could be several hundred years old within the TVA. But since the TVA exists outside time and space, and time works differently over there, their bodies probably don't age as they would on their own planets. By the end of episode 2, C-20 was distorted. She was repeatedly saying,
It's real.
It was real.
What's real? Off the dial. Look at me.
It's real. I want to go home.
what she meant here was that the places Sylvie showed her were all real. And by home, she meant her real home on Earth, and not the TVA. Thanks to Sylvie, she had just remembered her past before she joined the TVA. This is probably why Mobius gets so excited about jet skis. He must have rode a few before joining this place.
My jet ski magazine, put it down. Come on, gear up. There's been an attack. Let's go.
The TVA is a sham. All this proves that the Timekeepers have been lying to us. It is all propaganda written by the Time Variance Authority Narrative Commission. It's also possible that they have been lying about the secret timeline. Everything that Miss Minutes told us could be half-truth or a complete lie. Timekeepers are the main villains. The one thing this episode confirms is that Sylvie isn't the villain of this series. Over the years, she did kill a lot of variants that were working as TVA agents. But she didn't know that they were unaware of their past lives. So we could put her under the anti-heroes category. What's confirmed is that if the Timekeepers exist, they are the real villains. They have been controlling the lives and fates of trillions of people over the years. Those who die gruesome deaths are all caused by Timekeepers. No one in the multiverse really has the freedom to live their lives according to their own will. So the Timekeepers have to be taken down. It is also possible that Timekeepers don't exist at all, and Miss Minutes is a living AI working for Kang the Conqueror.
Are you recording or are you alive?
Sort of both.
Ravonna Renslayer is also related to Kang in the comics, so she could be in on Kang's plan and she would be running the TVA for him. The city of TVA could actually be Kang's Chronopolis. It could be the same city we spotted back in the quantum realm, back in the Ant-Man and the Wasp. Or it could be different. I guess we'll see. Loki and Sylvie. Now this point isn't necessarily a revelation, it could be more of a foreshadowing moment. Sylvie's plan to get on the train involved enchanting a guard and then fighting her way through if push come to shove. But Loki chose a different plan. He disguised himself as one of the guards and tried to charm his way into the train. But his plan almost failed as the last guard asked them for their tickets. As he was about to inform his superiors, Sylvie enchanted him and he allowed them to pass through. This foreshadows the fact that just one Loki cannot win over the TVA and the Timekeepers. Both these Loki variants will have to use their own specialities and work together in order to defeat these liars. Loki will lead into Doctor Strange 2. If Loki and Sylvie too manage to find and defeat the Timekeepers, then they'd surely leave the time stream in a big mess. Multiple branches could grow and timelines could get separated from the sacred timeline. One way or the other, Loki will set up Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So let's wait and see how that happens. Did you like the third episode of Loki? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check out some more fun videos on our channel. Thank you and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.